Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
The deadly severe weather outbreak across the South overnight. The hardest hit was the town of Perryton in Texas, where a tornado ravaged the area, killing at least 3 people. Maria Villarreal is on the scene in Perryton this morning. Good morning, Maria.
Hey, good morning, Michael. Yeah, that tornado actually hit just after 5 o'clock. A lot of people were headed home for the day. That's dinner time for most of us across the country. A lot of families telling me they didn't even realize that this was going to end up in their backyards. And yet here we are with debris scattered everywhere. Take a look right behind me. You can actually see a car has ended up literally in someone's front area, the front of their home. Over to my right, you can see what looks like a child's trampoline now stuck in this tree. As the sun starts to rise here in this small town, we do know that 3 have been confirmed dead. 1 is still missing, and we're going to see a lot of first responders coming in right now to help with the search and rescue.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters. Jews and Gentiles alike, welcome. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. Today is Shemesh, June the 25th, 2023, and it's currently 3:39 p.m. Welcome. Thank you. And a big thank you for all of the people that are subscribing to my backup channel and this channel, all the newcomers. Thank you again for all the supporters, the people that support us through your prayer. You know that we have received words to stand down and do certain personal stuff. Thank you for all the students that are here and the midst study privately with us. Without you, this would not be possible. Thank you for all of you that support us through the treasure chest, your prayers, your good words, your phone calls, your mails, your handwritten mails, your gift. Everything is appreciated. We received everything. Thank you for all the art students that did those incredible arts that we've been posting and keep the vibration high in the midst of the people. Thank you for all of you, beloved, that are helping, watching, and liking the videos. Of course, we do not ask you to subscribe nor even to share those videos. That will depend on you. In fact, we advise you not to do none of those things because you will make yourself a target of whatever spirit that out there that going to test you before the Holy One called you. Now, with that being said, beloved, we are going to go into this video. Happened a few weeks ago. Was it a few weeks or a week ago? No. It happened say 1 day ago. No, that can't be right. Let me refresh this.
The hardest hit.
Okay, 9 days ago. I was supposed to do this video a day ago when I prepared it. So we are going to go to this tornado that goes through Texas, and of course you won't hear the mainstream media make a fuss out of that. Of course, the whole submarine fiasco. We released a video on our backup channel, and most of the students already watched this video. And at the end of this podcast, this video will be published about the submersible submarine or whatever that is. We'll go briefly onto it, and then the next video, the last video, is going to speak about it. All right. So now, what seems to be the issue here, beloved? What is it? What is it like every single time when you turn on the TV? It's something going on in the news, and it's not one good thing, and it's not happening to people that look like you and I, but it's happening to certain group of people. Specifically, those people houses have been destroyed, burned down, flood, tornadoes, ransack, eviction, rent, and all that nonsense. So the main reason and the short answer is the blessing is done. The so-called 83 are not under the blessing that they used to be. and it's the reality is creeping on them slowly, very, very slowly, creeping on them, and it's very, very painful for them to accept this reality because they've been living in fantasy land ever since they got here in 1492 on the fourth part, and when we were ruling Europe back then, and they come against our loin over there, destroy ourselves, come upon the second part, the third part, and of course here the fourth part. Now we're going to go through this video and see the extent of the damage and the group of the people this thing is damages. Is this Jacob's trouble? Is it us? Because we have to test the so-called 83 prophecy, which the camp and other Hebrews put in there, and the prophecy that the Holy One put right in front of you through the daily news, through your daily life. All right, let's go through the eyes of the Holy Spirit.
Was the town of Perryton in Texas, where a tornado ravaged the area, killing at least 3 people. Maria Villarreal is on the scene in Perryton this morning. Good morning, Maria.
Hey, good morning, Michael. Yeah.
Okay, good morning, Michael. Of course, Michael should be no stranger in the midst here, especially this Michael fellow guy. Now, you can see those home over there, okay? And this car, good Lord, this car is laying right in the porch of those people upside down. Okay, this home is pretty much gone. All right, so now people will try to say like, well, Big Levi, the so-called elite, is using ARP or CERN to control the weather and then to do this type of thing so they can get insurance money. Oh, really? Is that what that is? You mean those elite that own those insurance, that own those houses, that own those manufacturer that manufactured this car that you see upside down here, that own the land, build a technology, so to speak, to destroy all of it so they can rebuild it again and then have gold and silver? Is that what that is? No, that's not what that is. As you can see, for a while now, the so-called billionaires, millionaires, they're catching hell. 5 of them or no more. And then again, like I said in the previous video, I don't think those guys die like this. They were taken. They are going to be no more, but they were taken. Okay? So, yeah. Watch the destruction, and then let's keep on moving.
That tornado actually hit just after 5 o'clock. A lot of people were headed home for the day. That's dinner time for most of us across the country. A lot of families telling me they didn't even realize that this was going to end up in their backyards. And yet here we are with.
That's the thing. They did not realize this was going to end up in their backyard. And then there you go. There we are. It's right in your backyard. See, this is how 83 thinks. They never thought things going to happen to them. For instance, this is not going to happen in my neighborhood. This is not going to happen in my backyard. And once it is, I never thought that would have happened to me. I knew I'm special. My pastor told me so. I knew I am special. I knew I am somewhat chosen. I give money to Ish over there. I take care of little Hamite kid over there in Africa. I give the homeless food that I don't want. And why this is happening to me? Well, it's happening because the blessing is over. Judgment time is here. Let's keep on moving.
With debris scattered everywhere. Take a look right behind me. You can actually see a car has ended up literally in someone's front area, the front of their home. Over to my right, you can see what looks like a child's trampoline now stuck in this tree. As the sun starts to rise here in this small town, we do know that 3 have been confirmed dead. 1 is still missing, and we're
Okay, 3 has been confirmed dead and 1 is missing. Now, for those of you that have been following this for a while now, remember there was a tornado that happened in Wallingtown? Bowlingtown? Is that what that is? Let's see if we can get it. Let's... Tornado damage in Rolling Town. No. That's... No. Okay, that was in Wallingford. There is Walling or Bowling. I believe there's 2. Let's take this one. There's Rolling Fork, Missouri, and there is Bowling. Tornado damage in Bowling towns. Is that what was? That is a year ago. Yeah, Kentucky. Yeah, Bowling. Yes, it happened there. Okay, they give them $50,000 to rebuild the town, and okay, I believe that's the one. Let's play this one.
We do want to bring in now Todd Alcott. He is the mayor of Bowling Green, Kentucky. He is with us on the phone. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for your time, especially while you must just be stretched.
Yes. Remember a year ago, a year or 2 years, it was a year ago, okay? 22 tornadoes ripped off and 70 people died, Bridget. Okay, this thing did not even hit the nation, but the whole thing about that billionaire fellow, 5 of them missing, and the whole world was shaking because they put it in front of the whole world with the narrative and keep telling you that thing implode, and then it was cheaply built, a billionaire using cheap stuff, everything was cheaply made, it wasn't good. That's not what happened. That thing was well built, it did 13 voyage. Those guys went down there to loot something, and then they encountered a few folks down there that wasn't too happy to meet them. So that's what happened. Don't be coming over there and telling us like, oh, well, it imploded. They were killed instantly. No, they're still alive. Now, Brethren, that was a year ago, okay? That was in the town of Bowling and Missouri. Is that what that is? Bowling, somewhere in Kentucky. And then they had this
Andrew,
one.
the photographer
That happened
who is
recently.
on the scene. He is there. Let us know. There you are, right there, live and in person. Let us know. What is it like? You've been able to get on the scene. What are you seeing?
Well, I got in here really late last night, and when I got here, I couldn't really see anything. But as the daylight started to come in and dawn broke, I was able to see just the total destruction everywhere. I mean, the tornado came straight through the town and has basically destroyed almost every building in town, most of the houses. There's not a building that's untouched, from the police department to the city hall to the courthouse. Every building has extensive damage.
Now, listen to this man, beloved. He told you every single building, every single place in the town has been touched. From the police station, the courthouse, and everything that have to do with those people, infrastructures and laws and things that they keep our people down is being destroyed. Now, if this isn't a targeted attack, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, Bridget. Let's listen to this again, all right? Let's listen to what the man just said.
Straight through the town and has basically destroyed almost every building in town, most of the houses. There's not a building that's untouched, from the police department to the city hall.
Okay, police department, city hall, where they do their little laws, keep our people out and down.
The courthouse.
The courthouse, where they put our people in jail and do them injustice.
Every building has extensive damage.
Extensive.
Many houses were leveled to the ground. I was able to talk with some of those people that were here last night when the tornado hit in their houses. And some of them I couldn't believe that they actually were able to live through it. Unfortunately, many people did not. There have been, I think, maybe 14 lives that were lost.
Okay, look at this. Okay, 14. Wait a minute. Let me see, when did this happen? That was like 3 months ago. Yes. 3 months ago. 14 lives or no more. Look at this, Bridget. Is this normal? You know what? Let's do the whole thing full screen, man. Is this normal, beloved? Things like that, are they normal? This is car buried in debris. Most likely there's at least a two-legged beast in there. There are other animals in there, man. Look at this. Are you just going to sit there and say, oh, Big Levi, man, things like that, they happen all the time and stuff. That's nothing this, that's nothing that. And the other stuff going on over there. Look, listen, those people, they take our people, they put them in the inner cities and so to speak, urban area. They concentrated them in the city, and then they go live in the off grades and in the suburb area. But look at this, Bridget. Look at this. I'm surprised they haven't get one of those Samaritan that kind of look like us and talking about how bad things upon everyone. But wow, oh, good grief! All right then.
Lost, and one of the gentlemen that I talked to
All
was
right,
telling me
look.
about how he was able to make.
Oh man, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4 cars in there. At least those are the ones that we can see piling up, Bridget. Oh,
it, and he could not believe that he lived and his mother lived through it, and but unfortunately his sister was right down the road in a trailer and she did not make it.
she did not make
And,
it. Okay, he lived through it. The mother lived through it. The sister did not make it. What a tragedy. What a tragedy, man. He lived through it. The mother lived through it. The sister did not. Terrible.
it's very heartbreaking. You know, as a journalist, you come and you shoot something like this.
Yeah, this is bad. Look at the cars, man. Look at this. See, do you see this shape of this water right there? It's look like two things. It's look like this like a face, and then like this look like arm, right arm, left arm, like a dress. This look like an angel floating, and then if you look at down from up, it look like a sword.
But it's hard not to become emotionally tied to these
yes.
people who have lost everything.
They
It's
did.
just very painful to see.
Oh,
Andrew, this is a devastating situation. We're getting
It
a look
is.
at the aerials. No question that you would be personally attached to
Look at the
seeing something
tractor
like this
trailer,
and
man.
hearing these painful
that's 2 tractor trailers smashed together. Good grief. Oh,
stories. In the night last night, this wedge tornado came through. Could have been as much as
Look
a
at
mile
that.
wide. That's why we have such big.
that's the thing. You cannot have a tornado being a mile wide, brethren. A mile wide, that's like covering a whole freaking town. That's why the guy said almost all the buildings are gone. And people are going to say like, oh, well, Big Levi, you have to understand, that's for insurance money. They did this. That's for insurance money. Oh, well, you know, of course, yes. You know, the same thing happened to us when those people break into our towns. They burn down our home. We were doing this for insurance. You know, we're doing this for insurance. We hire a bunch of KK members, triple K members, to come and burn down a house, kill our people, so we can, you know, get more insurance money. It's not what that is, man.
Big destruction here. Behind you, I was able to see that there are some cars and some movement.
All right, there seems there's a brother in a yellow shirt behind him. All right, it's see if they're gonna let the brother speak how bad this thing is for us.
Much of the town, like the west side of Rolling Fork, maybe all of it destroyed. Who are the people who are behind you? What kind of activity is going on right where you?
Who are the people who are behind you? I mean, out of those people never fail and cease to amaze us. With all those damage, who are the people that is behind you? Just say, hey, watch out, there's one of them behind you. You know, like, who are those people that are behind you? What's going on? And all that good stuff. You know, things like that. You know, really? Out of all the things that happen, who are behind you? This black fellow right there.
Big destruction here.
Oh,
Behind
man.
you, I was able to see that there are some cars and some movement.
And people?
So much of the town, like the west side of Rolling Fork, maybe all of it destroyed. Who are the people who are behind you? What kind of activity is going on right where you are?
So a lot of the people that were here last night when the tornado hit have been displaced. They found a place to take shelter or to rest last night, and now they are trying to come back and basically collect their belongings and collect their lives together. They're looking for personal sentimental items, and they're looking for valuable items, and they're going through their homes.
No, that's not what's going on here. A bunch of people come over there and freaking loot the place. That's what they are doing, just like they did every single freaking time. Remember the last tornado? They arrested a bunch of guys that came in and then loot the whole place. Now people are coming over there and loot the place. You know, people are looting the place, and then you guys like, oh, look at the survivors trying to survive and stuff like that. No, they are looting the freaking place.
trying to find anything that they can because it's all lost. Many of the people that I talked to didn't have any type of insurance on their vehicles, and their vehicles are just completely destroyed and gone, and that's a large investment for them for something that they have paid a lot of money for if they don't have insurance on.
Those people are doing well over there about not having insurance on your vehicle. One of the I'm gonna say something that might not sit too well with many, because we've been taught that having a car mean freedom. Having a car, you are independent. Having a car mean like it's the American way to go. When in fact back then that's not what it was. You see, before all those cars, we had public transportation, and black folk had the best public transportation, according to Dr. Claude Anderson in his town that he grew up. Black folk had over 400 buses, taking care of our people, moving them from one place to another. And we had taxi. We have over 4, 5, 6 taxi companies who are moving people all around. We communicated, we talked. And what those people did in the 1940s, they came out with the Highway Act. Okay, they build on top of our town, they build on top of our cities, they destroy our place, and then they move us into the inner cities, and then they move themselves out and be in the suburb. And the only way to access them is to get a car, and most of our people did not have a car. And cars are extremely expensive, man. Cars are extremely expensive. You see, they know one thing about public transportation. I'm talking about like real public transportation. Look at Tokyo, the Japanese public transportation. Look at Tokyo. Okay, see how the Japanese done it. In 1964, when our people, brethren, were over here, marching for the right, the Japanese built their first bullet train, the fastest train in the world, the train that exceed 170 something miles an hour. Okay, in 1964, while our people were here marching for the rights, because they had reparation, they used their money from the reparation to do this. Okay, they built their community around public transportation. If you are building a country, a place, a city, a community, it has to integrate it properly, public transportation in it. F that old car garbage thing. Yes, you can have a car, but the city cannot be a car-driven city. It has to be walkable, bicycleable, and so to a degree, you can drive a car, but that's what those people did. Now, when they move all the way down there, okay, they have their car and they don't put insurance on it because why should I? What could possibly happen to me? I'll save money. Okay, those cheap, expensive houses they made with cheap materials, and then they sell it to our people very expensively. Look at what happened to them now. They did this to themselves, Richard. Okay, that has nothing to do with us, but everything to do with them.
So there's also a lot of first responders that are here, a lot of volunteers that are here just to cut down limbs, to give out water, to give out food, and to help a lot of these people that are in need.
We do have an update, Andrew. 23 lives lost across this outbreak that happened in Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee so far. In the light of day, portions of Rolling Fork, some of the people who sheltered in buildings were actually trapped there. So the first response that you're talking about is ongoing even at this time. And it looks like as we go throughout the day, we may hear more stories of just the impact that happened. The mayor there of Rolling Fork, where you are, says he and his wife sheltered in their bathtub and had to be rescued basically and taken out by first responders. When you talk about
now as the mayor, so that's just something that how long we are into this thing. There you go. So that's just something that I wanted to board 3 months ago, a year ago. As you can see, the tornadoes are hitting those people every single year, and every single 90 days and 60 days, and then he keep hitting those people like times on time. Okay, so this is happening. Why? It's happening because of Genesis 15 verse 13, and he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Yes, indeed. 1619, 2019, 1617, 2017, 1620, 2020, 400 years right after 1619 and 2020 hit up, the mighty one closed every single thing in the entire world. It wasn't the elite. It wasn't Bill Gates. It wasn't Elon Musk. It wasn't Jeff Bezos. It wasn't Warren Buffett. It wasn't none of those fellows. It was the Holy One with his almighty might did this, shut down the entire world, and then it literally paralyzed and crippled the entire economy of the world. They never recover. They never will recover. Okay, that's when the 400 years is over, and then now the beat down truly begin upon those people. The 2020, everything that happened to them, they act like nothing happened. Now you can see clearly in the news or how those billionaires are catching hell. All right, so right now in prophecy, so to speak, we are in Genesis 15 verse 14, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. That's what Michael was telling Abraham when he was talking to him when Isaac, when he came in to announce the birth of Isaac. So, and he said, how you going to, excuse me, how are you going to punish those people? He said, well, first I got 10 plagues for them, okay, and destruction, sorrow, fiery conflagration, destruction by pestilence among the cattle, famine, destruction by earthquake and the sword. This is pretty much number 10, okay? Thunder voices. Thunder voices is actually loud boom, thunder voices, and the weather, okay? Tornadoes, floods, all of them are included. So this is number 10 that the Holy One is sending upon Texas and literally taking those people down. All right, and you know Texas been receiving a lot of hell lately, man. The whole mess that happened at the mall, and then a bunch of people got run over, and the tornadoes and the this in Texas, and people are not saying or doing anything and saying, whoa, what the hell is going on with the Texans over there? But hey, that's what that is.
We're going to see a lot of first responders coming in right now to help with the search and rescue.
Big tornado, holy smokes!
Overnight, millions on high alert as extreme storms batter the South. In Perryton, Texas, at least 3 people dead and dozens more injured after a large tornado tore through.
Another one to the left of it.
Leaving the town without power and the local hospital running on generators.
Look at
this whole area is just why.
We've got one trailer on fire. We've got multiple trailers destroyed.
Mountains of debris down power lines and flattened buildings. In Escambia County, Florida, 1 person died after a tornado ripped through the area. Also, a tornado was spotted in Ohio. Severe winds tearing this roof.
Okay, so you got Florida, and you got Ohio. You got 4 states, you know, at least 7 tornado twisters, and you got Texas, and it's just not happening in one place. They usually have a term when things like that happen. Oh well, that's Tornado Alley. It happened in Tornado Alley, so we don't really, you know, afraid or care about that. So as long as we here, we in Vegas, we in Florida, we in this place, we don't care and things like that until things like this happen.
Off a building in Toledo. In Hot Springs, Arkansas, residents pounded by massive hail.
Okay, look at the hail. So this is a plague number. We haven't got this plague in a while now. Increase of hail and snow. Okay, plague number 6, increase of hail and snow. It's been a while we haven't get this plague, okay?
Strong enough to crack windshields and take out taillights.
Ooh, the real skylight.
Breaking through the roof of one family's home.
Do you hear that?
Heavy hail up north in Howell, Michigan, leaving the ground blanketed and summer far from sight. Back here in Perryton, we have confirmed more.
Well, now summer is not far from sight. We've been 4 days into summer. The summer began on June the 21st. Oh, talking about this, and thank you to all of you that sent your testimony concerning your core cleansing bath with the tobacco. They will be posted and our schedule. Well, I will schedule them to be posted on our channel and this channel right there. They will be posted one by one. Each day we will post one of them for all of you that did your bath. Thank you so much. Okay, so summer solstice began June the 21st. So today is the 25th. The sun got the highest it can go yesterday. Everything is good. All right, let's keep on moving.
More than 200 structures have been completely destroyed. We do know the entire town is without power, and now the power company is saying it could take days, if not weeks, to get everything back up and running. Michael?
All right, Maria, thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Michael, for bringing this onto us. Let's keep on moving.
But as Team 12's Colleen Sikora reports, authorities are issuing a warning. Colleen?
Yeah, good evening, guys. They say that this is incredibly rare. It was actually only the 15th bear attack in Arizona since the 1980s, and this is only the second deadly one. And what investigators believe happened is Stephen Jackson was sitting at his campsite when this bear came and attacked him unprovoked. To give you a little bit of perspective, this bear actually took him away from that campsite 75 yards, and my photographer
Now, bear attack since 19 something, 75 yard, you know what to do. And this is number 7 right here. Okay, wild beasts will be their grave, and it's only going to increase, Bridget. Okay, it will happen so to a degree that you know you will literally see it yourself. You will come out there and see dogs, dingoes, and coyotes, and wolves, bears, lion, griffin, dinosaurs, dragon, leviathan, behemoth, and the mighty all-our-time favorite, the Sulanoof, attacking people out there. Okay, and then that's what happened.
zooming out right now to show you exactly how far that is. This is only 25 yards between me and my photographer. So 3 times that distance, this bear dragged Stephen Jackson. And his neighbors worked hard to try and save him, but they couldn't. Friday morning in Groom Creek.
This is a very tragic situation.
Marking the 15th bear attack in Arizona since the late 1980s and the second deadly one.
Yeah, kind of sad.
Investigators say Stephen Jackson was at his campsite set up while he was building a cabin on his property when an adult male black bear attacked him unprovoked.
There was nothing jumped out at us as being obvious of why this occurred or what brought the bear to this location.
Still, neighbors jumped in to try and help.
Imagine going from zero, meaning just being relaxed and having a cup of coffee, to all of a sudden a neighbor is screaming for help.
They tried to get the bear to stop attacking him. There was honking horns, different things that they were doing. There was no success in stopping the attack.
What finally stopped the bear? A neighbor able to grab a rifle and shoot and kill the bear.
You know, unfortunately, it didn't help Mr. Jackson, but it definitely prevented the situation where we had this scenario and a bear at large.
Neighbors stepping in to help isn't surprising to longtime visitor of the area, Cassandra Wilkerson.
I'm just glad the neighbors are aware and everybody was trying to help him. It's nice to know.
As Wilkerson...
So, what seems to be the issue here? This guy was in his own backyard doing nothing. He was constructing a cabin or some kind of like little house. And then this bear come out of nowhere, and the bear is attacking him. And people were trying to honk the horn and stuff like that. You know, it's surprising me that those folks that go living in those areas, the off-grid preppers, are you preparing for a bear attack? Are you prepared against a bear attack like that? Are you prepared against certain things, unforeseen things like that? So I know you guys are prepared against food. You prepare when the grid go down. You know, you'll have enough food in there because that's all you guys worry about. You have enough food, water, medicine, and gold and silver and things like that. That's all you have. You prepare for this because for the life of me, that's how you guys think is going to happen. Once the grid go down, people will be worried about your gold and silver and then your food. And that's what's going to happen. Are you prepared for a bear attack? A wolves attack? What about a dragon? Well, dragon don't exist until they do. You see, one thing that caught my attention here is how long they take to kill the bear. And usually those people that live in this area, they usually have gun with them. You know, they usually always have guns with them. Like, why you guys didn't shoot this bear like right away? I mean, if it was a black man walking in the neighborhood, people are going to quickly go get their gun, shoot first, and ask questions later. Well, I thought this black man was a black bear. See, things like that you did not prepare for, you're not prepared against it. This is not going to end up well. All right? So, bad boys, what you going to do when the Holy One send a bear upon you?
And others who come up here say they'll be taking extra precautions.
Pick up some bear spray just to carry with me if I'm out walking.
Knowing this tragedy happened so close.
Oh boy. All right. Anyway, so let's keep on moving. Okay, that's down right here. That's the tornado that Perryton, Texas. Okay, that's more of like citizen views. Okay, we already went through it, so it's crazy.
Bisram has the chilling video from Astoria.
Frightening moments inside of a crowded Queens restaurant Saturday afternoon. Surveillance video shows people, including kids, who were sitting down eating and online waiting for food, running out of the store and ducking for cover after a gunman opened fire.
At first, gunshot hit it on the dead side, and once we had a lot of customers inside. Once he moved around, then he come to here, shot, and he went inside my counter and did the third shot to one of my employees.
Abu Tahir, the owner of Boshaki restaurant, known for its authentic Bangladeshi food, says the gunman seen here in a mask and red hooded sweatshirt fired 3 shots and at one point even went behind the counter.
He did not say anything. He just come and just shot and ran away.
He tells CBS 2 one bullet hit an employee in the upper thigh. Nelson Burgos, who works nearby, jumped into action.
And the guy didn't even know he got shot until we saw him bleeding, and then from there I just helped him and I called 911. He seemed calm, I kept him calm, and I just told him wait for the ambulance to be all right. He wasn't bleeding too crazy, so I know he'll be all right.
It happened around 3:30 in the afternoon on 36th Avenue in Astoria, Queens. Police say the shooter took off running. While the motive is still being investigated, sources say the gunman got into an argument with an employee in the store earlier in the week.
Well, that's what happened.
And he shot.
That's what happened. An argument, you got those guys, you have an argument a week ago, they still carry that grudge, you mess up the order, or, you didn't give me enough sauce or something like that. You got an argument and then dude come after you a week later and try to kill you for that. Crazy.
One, you see the hole in there?
Now, the shattered glass, bullet holes, and half-eaten food left behind is a grim reminder to this immigrant family. Gun violence can affect you when you least expect it.
Oh, definitely we are scared. We are a small business. I'm really scared to run a small business in the New York City. It's not safe, actually. We are not also safe. Our life is not safe.
And police say they are still looking for that.
It shouldn't. And you have to understand, you people are not from here. And this is the Holy Land. The Holy One let you come in the Holy Land to get the blessing, and the blessing is over for you, 83. So it's no longer safe for you to run a business in New York here or anywhere in the world, not even wherever you came from. And you people are not the original Bangladeshi over there. You're not. So it's not gonna be safe. It's gonna be more and more dangerous. And people, to our brethren, a lot of you are a little bit impatient, like, man, when this thing going to finally be over? It is going to be over. It is over. It's just most people they refuse to see that. They live in their own little world and they think they are still living pre-2020. This is 2019 when everything was fine. When they were doing their businesses and things like that didn't happen. But hey, it did. It does. And it's going to keep going to happen. All right? Let's keep on moving, Bridget.
And so when you consider two of the major parties of this crime living so close together.
You're a father. You're an emergency room physician as well. What happened to little Bella? How did she die?
Well, cause of death is manual strangulation, accompanied by multiple blows to the head.
Hannah Landon, who is accused of this horrific crime, I guess not a big surprise here. She's being held without bond. She's in Jefferson Parish. I want to bring in News Nation national correspondent Alex Capriello, who's live in Louisiana tonight. He's joining me now with some exclusive interviews that he's been able to land, also some new reporting on this case. What have you learned, Alex?
Yeah, I would say this neighborhood is completely in shock still to this very day. The crime itself, more than a month old, but it's really, really hard for these people to talk about, especially when they consider the little girl.
Okay, this dude name is Alex. Okay, again, Michael in the mist. And you have this little girl, all right? Her stepmother, I believe, beat her to death, crushed her skull, and they cut her into pieces and put her into some kind of container and drag her body. And they have the video of her doing this. You know, I believe it's that sweet little girl right here. And because she was jealous and the father did not care, and she killed her, you know. And where's the video where they are showing her dragging? I think it's in the beginning. That's the stepmother. Let me see if we can get it.
You're a father. You're an emergency room physician.
Oh boy, wow! I didn't see this. Let me enlarge this. Oops.
You're a father. You're an emergency room physician.
So let's let's watch the
as
video.
well.
Okay, that's
happened
her
to
dragging
to little Bella.
That's the stepmother dragging, wearing boots, dragging pieces of her in a bucket and some kind of container. But then again, when you look at this little girl,
you're a father.
Okay, when you look at this little girl right there, and it's everything is written here, everything is there. I mean, to other people, they're like, "Oh my God, that's so sad," and stuff. But to us, we see the message here. We see the message. We see who did this and why and how it was. Then again, brethren, this could be Margaret Singer reincarnated. It could be one of them, although they can't be reincarnated anymore. Okay, they can't come back anymore. It's something that it's been a while now. They figured out that they are not coming back. I think they figured this out, and when the so-called who come up with the whole overpopulation thing, population control back in the 1900s, they figured out that they are not coming back. They used to reincarnated, but a lot of them, well, they used to believe they used to be reincarnated, but a lot of them are not coming back. That's why Japan is pretty much effed up. South Korea, you know, all the both Korea, South and North Korea, are pretty much effed up. You know, Europe is done, and you know, things like that happen. Look at this. Tell us what you see. The number 9 here, and if you add number 19, and who did this? Crazy. All right. Let's keep on moving, beloved. Okay. Oops, close this right quick. How long we are into this thing, man? Good. All right, let's keep on moving. All right. Okay, that's
But at this hour, at least 15 people have died in a serious crash on the Trans-Canada Highway. RCMP are speaking now. They say another 10 are in hospital.
Okay, this is in Canada. 15 people or no more. It happened like June 15. And yet, if it wasn't the brother that we have in Canada sent this to us, I personally would have never known anything about this. But anyway, let's keep on going.
They're from Dauphin, Manitoba and the surrounding areas. The crash occurred near Highway 1 and Highway 5 near Carberry, a community about 2 hours west of Winnipeg. According to Shared Health Manitoba, 2 Stars Air ambulances have been called to the scene of the crash, one from Winnipeg and one from Regina, along with other emergency responders.
What was he saying? Hey, hang on, I must have hearing thing. Let me turn on the caption here and see over there what that fellow said. Where?
Serious crash on the Trans-Canada Highway. Okay. RCMP are speaking now. They say another 10 are in hospital and say those involved are from Dauphin, Manitoba and the surrounding areas. The crash occurred near Highway 1 and Highway 5 near Carberry, a community about 2 hours west of Winnipeg. According to Shared Health Manitoba, 2 Stars Air ambulances have been called to the scene of the crash, one from Winnipeg, and one from Regina.
Ah, Regina. Okay, you know, and since I'm advancing in age, is not only my eyes is failing me, and you know, my ears start failing me too. I mean, what the hell? A crash happened here in the oven? What the hell, woman? What were you trying to? But you know, but anyway, so that's all right. So Regina, you know, they couldn't say Regina. I mean, that's how they say it. I mean, that's the name of the place over there. It's Regina. You know, I mean, yeah, you could have said Regina. I mean, the proper way to pronounce this word, sir, is Regina. I know. What is that guy name? What is this fellow name? Is that what that is? Let me see. They haven't put that guy name. I'll be surprised if his name is Michael or Richard. You know the nickname of Richard, sir? If your name turned out to be Richard or Richard something, let's see. His name is Dennis Words. All right, then, you know, Dennis. You lucky your nickname wasn't Richard, you know, like Richard Cheney, you know, the vice president. Is that what that is? Or was it Richard Cheney? Is that? You know what? Let me see if I can. There you go. Really? Okay. What is the nickname for Richard?
Dick. According to Wikipedia, Dick is a nickname most often for Richard, which likely originated in the Middle Ages as rhyming slang for Rick, as did William Wright Pointing Arrow Will Wright Pointing Arrow Bill and Robert Wright Pointing Arrow Rob Wright Pointing Arrow Bob.
All right then. Okay. We find out your name is Dennis, not Richard. So that would be a terrible faux pas to say it here. But nonetheless, let's let this fellow, you know, keep on going. I don't know why he chose the word Regina, but shit, it's another word that throw Big Levi off. But anyway, we got this.
According to Shared Health Manitoba, 2 Stars Air ambulances have been called to the scene of the crash, one from Winnipeg and one from Regina, along with other emergency responders being flown to the area. Shared Health and Prairie Mountain Health tweeted that it can confirm a mass casualty response is underway, involving emergency response services from within Shared Health as well.
Oh boy. So, 15 fatalities. That means 15 dead in Regina. Apparently that's how the Canadians say it. I mean, I'll prefer the word Regina, but 15 dead in your Regina. So, wow. That's one way to put things over there. But anyway, and beloved, I really don't get into the whole thing about the ley line anymore, because those I think they got picture here, right? Is that what that is? Okay, that's a mother and daughter. Is that what that is? But anyway, we told those people you are going to see those things a lot more common. You're going to see them happen left and right and left, and it's not going to stop. It's just going to keep going, and a lot of people are going to die. Okay, so. And those people, of course, they ignore that, and not only they ignore that, they act like we are liars or this thing. This is just a pure speculation. I mean, if it was scientists that came and say, well, the magnetic field of the Earth is doing this and doing that, they will say, oh, yeah, the scientists. But in one of you Negroes, you have no credibility, so this is not real, okay? So it seems that it's like a mother and daughter, but let's watch this thing.
The driver, allegedly, she hasn't been...
Let me see.
Is a cold, wet night, so she couldn't even walk.
No, this is symbolic behind her. There's something behind that woman, quite symbolic.
On the shoulder, like the grass beside the shoulder if she wanted to. That's according to the legal advocate of the family. The driver, allegedly, she hasn't been arrested or charged yet, so... but it's believed to be Sunny White, and the reason this has gotten a lot of attention is her children are named Aryan and Nation, and we are already seeing the way
she is happy reporting this with a giant smile. But anyway, let's keep on moving, brethren. This thing is pretty much all over. 15 dead in Regina. Let's keep moving.
We're working to piece together exactly what happened.
Okay, that's the whole thing in Manitoba. So I think I had 2 of them. So wait, you know what? There was like 5 women die in car crash. Is that? Yeah, Minneapolis. Let me see. That's the guy. Okay, that's the dude.
The son of former Minnesota State Rep.
All right, let's watch this.
Breaking news now. The man police say blew a red light and hit and killed 5 young women in Minneapolis.
Okay, so those are the 5 women that he took out. Okay, this dude. Again, beloved, like I mentioned before, there's been a lot of lies that have been feeding to our people. And we do believe anytime we see someone somewhat carry the same color scheme as us, is somewhat us, or even care about us. Okay, and a lot of us, we adapt the culture that they have because it seems somewhat modest, so to speak, and things like that. When they happen, but we have to wonder, like, why? Those are 5 women in the car, okay, and then they were no more, and then we'll see who did this to them.
Has been arrested and booked into jail. Let's get right to Lou Ragoose with the latest. Lou?
Julie, 27-year-old Derek John Thompson, the son of...
He's 27 years old, and he's the son of who?
Former Minnesota State Representative John Thompson.
Okay, he's the son of the former Minnesota Representative John Thompson. Remember, those politicians, those people that they put there, they are not there to help our people. They've done a lot of dirt to our people. Most of the time, if not all of the time, those are the ones that infiltrate us. Those are the ones that do things. Again, I have no idea who that Johnson fellow is. I may be sinning saying this, but those politicians, they are the ones that infiltrate us, sold us out, put barrier against a specific people. Not all of us, though. They will do things for their own children and for their own stuff, but hey, they did certain crime, and now his son got to pay for whatever that he did to whoever live over there in Minneapolis or in Minnesota.
Was booked into the Hennepin County Jail this afternoon on suspicion of murder, according to Minneapolis police, after he was discharged from the Hennepin County Medical Center. And he has a history of fleeing police and causing serious injury to others.
This MnDOT video shows a vehicle police say was going 100 miles an hour, leave 35W, and smashed into another vehicle on Lake Street Friday night, killing all 5 people inside. Sources say the driver of the speeding car was 27-year-old Derek John Thompson.
Okay, Derek John Thompson, 27 years old. You know what to do. And then, you know, he's the son of whatever former representative, those people that have great title. And they look like us, and they never did anything for us. And then things like that happen to their children.
The son of former Minnesota State Representative John Thompson.
Okay, and here we go. So anytime you see those guys wearing the Black King, I'm who I am, they're just forcing their way. Anybody that keep coming with their shirt, I'm black this, I'm black that, and then our people, that's all it take. That's all it take to fool our people. But Big Diva, you ought to watch. He has a line of Judah in there, and then, you know, he's one of us. So he got the Black Power sign. We should follow him. He's spitting facts. We need to open our mouth and swallow the spit. I'm getting this all the time. And I'll see our people, all you need to do, even this guy was a white man, a white woman, they'll all follow him because he had a shirt that said Black King, I'm who I am. And then this guy did this. You know, this is his child doing that. Okay, a lot of people, they look like us. They are not us.
Thompson. Derek Thompson has been convicted twice in Minnesota of fleeing police, in one case admitting he'd smoked marijuana.
And here you go. You're going to blame all of us for this
horrific scene.
After the Lake Street crash, Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara said police suspect impaired driving.
Absolutely reckless, and we suspect the driver is impaired.
Surveillance video of the crash itself shows the victim's car was almost all the way through the intersection
when the speeding car went right through the red light and smashed right into him.
That video, recorded by a Metro Transit camera, was leaked to Alpha News reporter Liz Collin and posted on social media, prompting Chief O'Hara to say an investigation into that has now been opened. As for Derek Thompson, those who've researched his record might be surprised he was free because he was convicted in California of fleeing police in 2018 and hitting a pedestrian.
That's what those guys do. That's what those fellow does, and they know their father. They can get them out. Their people. They use the struggle, okay, for the 2/3. The most backward scum that look like us. They will do horrible things like that, and then they will use their their powers and their things to get out. And then a dude like this, he got dealt with, he got handled the way it was supposed to handle, and then our people in the cry out. But Big Levi, we understand, but this was not supposed to. He killed 5 women, dog. He run into the car. He killed all of them because, I don't know, he was impaired. I don't know, the ley line switch, but otherwise he killed those women. And then now he got properly handled. And now people are like, oh, well, we need to say something about this. We ain't going to say shh about that, man. This dude got handled. That's what it is. We don't need those type of guys in our community, man. We don't need them because they're useless and they're destroying lives. We got those women. Okay, although maybe they are not our people, but they had family. How would you feel like you got 5 sisters, you got a sister or auntie or mother in a car coming from somewhere, and then they're getting home, and this dude, out of nowhere, slam into the car and kill everybody, and then he run to his daddy, and then his daddy said, oh, police was chasing him. He was afraid of the police and stuff. Some white man was chasing him, and all our people just jump on board for this nonsense. See, that's not the first time he's been doing this. Those are the dudes that they live the gang life. When they have the money, the power, you never know. You never heard of them. You never know them. You don't know what the hell is going on with them. But when they get in trouble, that's when they are calling our people, pray for me, come fight for me. Yo, you killed 5 women with a car, dog. Like, why was you going 100 miles an hour for? Crazy.
Putting her in a coma. He received an 8-year prison sentence in 2020, and it's unclear how long he served before being released.
Right. And the California district attorney who prosecuted Derek Thompson said their state passed a bill in 2016 that gives prisoners a much earlier release. Charges for the Lake Street fatal crash could come in Hennepin County as early as tomorrow. Julie?
Okay, killed those 5 women, going 100 miles an hour. He was 27. So, 83 and 83, we don't care. Let's keep on moving.
That headline out of Montana, portions of a freight train plunging into the Yellowstone River after a bridge collapsed. Multiple tanker cars were damaged and leaking chemicals into the river northeast of America's treasured national park. First responders rushing to the scene. Here's ABC's Zoreen Shah with late details.
Tonight, the urgent race to contain a hazmat spill in the Yellowstone River after a freight train derailment and bridge collapse sent multiple cars plunging into the rushing water below. New images showing those damaged cars in the Yellowstone. Authorities say it happened early this morning in Stillwater County, about 40 miles west of Billings, Montana, and 110 miles northeast of Yellowstone National Park. A yellow substance seen coming out of the wreckage. The Montana Rail Link, which owns the train, confirming the crew is safe and no injuries were reported.
Certainly, this is a big impact. It impacts the rail line across.
Yes, David. Again, beloved, we told those people, we've been documenting this thing for about 3 years now. We tell them the train run upon ley line, it's going to keep happening to an extent that you're going to keep seeing it all the time. And people will try to switch this as well. The elites are doing this. They're trying to poison the water. Yeah, trying. Now they're trying. They haven't been doing this for the past 400 years. Now they're poisoning the water. Now they are destroying their own railway. You don't know how profitable railway is, man? Railways are extremely profitable, sir. But, that's what happened. Thank you, David, the House of David Stammy.
Across Montana.
Officials telling ABC News that 4 derailed cars were carrying molten sulfur and 3 were carrying hot asphalt.
You know what that is, Bridget? That's look at this. This is like, wow. 4 carry molten sulfur. Sulfur is analogous to hell, okay? Hell, according to the people that went down there, has a sulfuric smell, and they got sulfur in there. The number 4, of course, is the 4 element that hold the entire universe, and the 3 is a representation of the 3 planes: the physical, astral, and of course the mental plane. You know, all we need right now was the number 2, which was the polarity, the plus and the minus. But wow, great glory right there.
Saying those substances leaked into the river. Water treatment facilities in 3 cities, including Billings, now taking emergency protective measures, telling residents to conserve water, but adding there is no reported threat to life or property. And WIT officials are still trying to figure out how this accident happened. Whether
what do you mean? What do you mean how? It's a freak. It's a heavy freight train. The ley line switched. Whatever.
Rains forced the bridge to collapse, or if the train derailment caused the accident. WIT.
Zareen, thank you.
Crazy. Let's keep on moving.
Investigators tonight. Video appears to show 2 murder suspects running through a strip hotel.
Those women reportedly meeting their victim just minutes before they allegedly shot and killed him in a guest room. Now, evidence the 8 News Now investigators obtained.
Oh, okay. All right. It's already 1 hour each, you know. Because of Google stuff, let's stop this and then go to the other one. Zaza.